What if legends never die? Imagine this, you're watching a new Star Wars flick and suddenly there's Carrie Fisher as Leia, looking just as she did in A New Hope. But wait, she passed away years ago. Is this mind-blowing tech or straight up creepy? Today we're diving deep into the Star Wars AI deepfake controversy, bringing back dead actors like Tarkin, Leia, and even Vader's voice. Is this the future of storytelling, or are we playing God with digital ghosts? Stick around because we're unpacking the lore, the ethics, and what it means for a galaxy far, far away. Hit that like button right now if you've ever felt weird about seeing these cameos. Let's see how many of us are on the same page. Alright, let's start at the beginning, because to understand this controversy, we gotta rewind the holotape to where it all began in the Star Wars universe. Star Wars has always pushed the boundaries of special effects. Think back to 1977 when George Lucas blew our minds with practical models and stop motion. But fast forward to the Disney era, and things get way more high-tech. The first big splash was in 2016's Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Remember Grand Moff Tarkin? That chilling performance by Peter Cushing, who died in 1994. Yeah, Lucasfilm used CGI and deepfake tech to slap his face onto another actor, Guy Henry. It was groundbreaking. They scanned old photos, used motion capture, and boom, Tarkin was back commanding the Death Star like he never left. But here's a fun fact for you lore nerds. In the Star Wars canon, Tarkin is this ruthless Imperial officer from A New Hope, the guy who blows up Alderaan without batting an eye. Peter Cushing's original portrayal was so iconic because of his gaunt features and that posh British accent. It screamed villain. Reviving him digitally tied Rogue One perfectly into Episode 4, showing Tarkin's early schemes on Scarif and his obsession with the Death Star plans. Without it, the story might have felt disconnected, right? Like, imagine recasting him. Fans would have rioted. And you can't really recast Peter Cushing. Now let's talk about how they did it step by step, because this is where the magic and the controversy starts. First, they hired Guy Henry, who mimicked Cushing's mannerisms on set. Then, using deep learning algorithms, they trained AI for hours on Cushing's old footage from Hammer horror films and A New Hope. The result? A digital mask that tracked every facial twitch. But it wasn't perfect. Early screenings had people whispering about the uncanny valley, where it looks almost real but just off enough to give you chills. And get this, there was even a lawsuit from Cushing's estate in 2024 claiming unauthorized use of his likeness. Disney fought it tooth and nail, arguing it was transformative art. And just this year in 2025, a London court dismissed it, saying Lucasfilm had rights through old contracts. It's like the Empire striking back in court. Shifting gears to another example, Carrie Fisher is Princess Leia in Rogue One and Rise of Skywalker. In Rogue One, they deepfaked a young Leia using an actress as the base of Fisher's 1977 to map it on. Lore-wise, it's that pivotal moment where she gets the Death Star plans, setting up the whole original trilogy. But in Episode 9, it was more heartfelt. They used unused footage from The Force Awakens, enhanced with CGI. After Fisher passed in 2016, her brother Todd Fisher gave the okay, saying it honored her legacy. Yet some fans, including me, felt a pit in our stomach. It was like seeing a ghost, beautiful but bittersweet. And don't forget about James Earl Jones as Darth Vader. Right before he died in 2024, Jones signed off on AI recreating his voice for projects like Obi-Wan Kenobi and even Fortnite. In the lore, Vader's voice is that booming menace, forged from Anakin's fall in Revenge of the Sith. The AI, called Respeecher, analyzed his past recordings to nail the annotation. Jones's family gets royalties, so it's a win-win? We'll debate that later. Okay, picture this. If they keep this up, next we'll have AI Jar Jar Binks in every movie. Misa back from the dead, boss? I can't do his voice right now. Yeah, no thanks. Drop a Misa agree in the comments. Let's see your best Star Wars puns. Transitioning smoothly, this tech doesn't come out of nowhere. Star Wars has a history of innovating. From ILM's practical effects in the originals to prequel CGI armies. But AI deepfakes? That's next level, blending machine learning with storytelling. We'll explore more examples in a bit, but first, like if you're hooked so far, Diving deeper into the lore now, because Star Wars isn't just movies, it's a massive expanded universe with comics, books, and shows where these digital revivals play huge roles. Let's break down the good, the bad, and the outright eerie examples with some historical context to make it all click. Starting with the wins. Take young Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian Season 2 and the Book of Boba Fett. Mark Hamill was de-aged using deepfakes with a body double and AI trained on his 1980s footage. Lore-wise, this is post-Return of the Jedi Luke training Grogu and rebuilding the Jedi Order. It was a fan service home run. Seeing Luke slice droids like in Empire Strikes Back felt epic. Fun fact, the deepfake artist Shamook got hired by ILM after his YouTube fixes went viral in 2021. Talk about turning controversy into a job. On the flip side, the bad. Tarkin in Rogue One. While it nailed the lore, showing his rivalry with Krennic and his Death Star oversight, it sparked backlash for digital necromancy. Cushing couldn't consent, but his family was fully looped in initially. In 2025, with AI advancing, fans on Reddit and X called it morally abhorrent. One X post from August 2025 ranted about it erasing disabilities. Cushing had health issues later in life, and the deepfake ignored that for perfection. Then there's Leia in The Rise of Skywalker. Her scenes bridged the sequel trilogy, showing her as a mentor to Rey. But using her image after she's gone, her family approved, and it preserved her arc from the slave girl rebel to wise general. Yet, as a fan sitting there in the theater, I felt sick seeing it. To me, it cheapened her real legacy. This ties into broader Star Wars themes of life and death. Think Force ghosts like Obi-Wan or Yoda. Is AI just a tech version of that? Or are we mocking the Force? Are we playing God? Jones voiced Vader from 77's A New Hope through Rogue One. Post-death, AI and Obi-Wan Kenobi recreated his dual taunts with Obi-Wan, pulling from Sith lore, where Vader's rage stems from Mustafar burns. It's good because Jones consented. Bad if it steals job from voice actors, though. Fan theory time. Some say this paves the way for AI Anakin in Ahsoka Season 2, de-aging Hayden Christensen further. Others theorize a full AI trilogy with original cast ghosts. Wild, right? If AI revives Palpatine again, we'll get an unlimited power from the cloud. Pause here. What's your favorite deepfake moment? Comment below and I'll shout out the best in my next video. We've seen the examples, but is this ethical? Let's unpack both sides. Now the meaty part, the ethical debate. Star Wars has always explored good versus evil, light versus dark, so it's fitting this tech sparks a galactic-sized argument. I'll present both sides fairly, with facts from 2025 interviews and fan reactions, plus some historical context from Hollywood's AI evolution. The pro side. Preservation and storytelling magic. Actors like James Earl Jones signed off, ensuring legacies live. Families get royalties, like with Vader. In Star Wars lore, it lets us fill timeline gaps. Think Clone Wars flashbacks without recasts. Mark Hamill in a December 2025 Variety interview said he's apprehensive but open to family discussions for Luke after he's gone. It's like Force immortality. Plus it creates jobs for VFX artists. ILM hired deepfake pros. Here's a fan theory. This could lead to ethical AI in games, like customizable Jedi avatars. Now the con side. Exploitation and job theft. Reviving dead actors without consent is digital necromancy. Peter Cushing's lawsuit, though dismissed in 2025, highlighted rights issues. Carrie Fisher's revival felt violating to many. X posts from 2025 scream moral abhorrence, like erasing disabilities or cheapening death. So the broader impact? AI steals gigs from living actors, as Hamill worries. Hollywood's been there before with CGI and Gladiator, but AI amps it up. Fan theories warn of dystopian futures where Disney owns souls forever. Your soul is mine. If AI takes over soon, we'll have deepfake me hosting this channel. If that scares you, subscribe to keep the human touch. Consent is key. If signed off, it's okay. Otherwise, no. Family money helps, but it doesn't erase the ick factor. The future? Disney's open AI partnership for fan videos could normalize it, but risks deepfake misinformation. Comment if you're against it. Let's debate in the replies. So what does this mean for tomorrow's Star Wars? Wrapping this up, the AI deepfake controversy in Star Wars is a double-edged lightsaber. Innovative, yet dangerous. We've covered the history, examples like Tarkin and Leia, the ethical tug-of-war, and fan vibes from 2020. Personally, I'm torn. I'm okay with consent and pay, but Leia's revival hit me hard. Looking ahead, with Lucasfilm exploring more, we might see AI in new trilogies. But let's push for ethics, consent, transparency, and job protection. Thanks for watching this epic deep dive. If you made it this far, you're a true Jedi Knight. Hit that like button, subscribe for more Star Wars lore, comment your thoughts on AI revivals, and I will see you next time.